Laozi said, "The highest good is like water. It benefits all things without contention." The so-called wu wei, non-action, means not acting recklessly, not being deliberate, not forcing, being free of stagnation, and being without greed. Only in this way can one do nothing, yet nothing is left undone. It does not mean doing nothing at all. Western philosophy, with its method of logical analysis, excels at positive description, that is, continuously stating what an object is. In contrast, Eastern philosophy excels at negative description, that is, continuously stating what an object is not. A complete philosophical system should begin with positive description and end with negative description. Click the plus sign to follow this account for more exciting content. Chinese philosophical works are very different from foreign ones. For example, the entirety of Laozi, also known as the Tao Te Ching, consists of famous aphorisms and golden sayings, while the Zhuangzi is filled with metaphors and illustrative stories. In contrast, foreign philosophical works are replete with logical reasoning and speculative argumentation. These two writing styles, Chinese and foreign, each have their own advantages and disadvantages, and readers will have their own opinions. The expression of traditional Chinese philosophical works is often not explicit or direct enough. The disadvantage is that it is impossible to study a concept as deeply and thoroughly as in Western philosophy, nor is it convenient for later scholars to continuously refine, develop, and upgrade upon it. However, perhaps precisely because ultimate truth cannot be expressed through rational discourse, the characteristics of traditional Chinese philosophical works being overly concise, not sufficiently clear, yet full of artistic conception, and catchy make them highly suggestive and enlightening for readers. Furthermore, they can be quoted easily in daily life. It is hard to imagine anyone being able to recite long passages of the intricate reasoning found in Western philosophy in everyday conversation. Just like classical Chinese poetry and painting, what the author intends to convey is often not what is directly stated, but what is left unsaid. As the saying goes about good poetry, the words come to an end, but the meaning is inexhaustible, creating an effect of Liu Bai by leaving blank space or negative space. The book Laozi has also been translated into many languages. However, while the original text is full of implication and inspiration and may contain even deeper meanings, a translation certainly is not. It is like chewing food to feed another person. The fresh flavor of the original broth is certainly lost, and some other, less authentic flavors may be added. In Laozi's view, the Tao that stands alone and does not change revolves without peril. That is, the Tao does not depend on other things for its existence. It is the eternal, ultimate truth. The Tao is the foundation of all things. The myriad things are derived from the Tao. Because the Tao transcends all things, it cannot be changed or constrained by anything. Therefore, the Tao is absolutely free. In Laozi's words, the Tao models itself on what is natural, Tao models itself on nature. The natural here refers to the state of the Tao being free from external constraints, the state of being as it is. That is, man models himself on earth, earth models itself on heaven, heaven models itself on the Tao, and the Tao models itself on what is natural. At the same time, the Tao not only gives rise to the myriad things but also dwells within them, being one with them. In Laozi's view, rationality represents a kind of deliberateness, purposefulness, and an abstraction and simplification of the real world. It is unnatural and contrary to the Tao. Therefore, Laozi advocated not acting deliberately, trying as much as possible to be without desires and goals, which is wu wei, non-action. Because desires and goals are often subject to change, uncontrollable, temporary, and cannot last long. Only by practicing wu wei and abandoning these things that do not conform to the Tao can we truly achieve permanence. Furthermore, Laozi advocated abandoning wisdom, believing that knowledge itself is both an object of desire and a tool for satisfying desires. As knowledge increases, people become discontent, which in turn triggers more desires and conflicts. When wisdom and intelligence appear, great hypocrisy follows. When wisdom and clever schemes emerge, they are accompanied by widespread falsehood and deception, leading to more dishonest behavior in society. Laozi said, "Great wisdom appears like folly. The folly here is different from the natural ignorance of a naive, unknowing child. It is a product of spiritual sublimation and creation, not a shortcoming but a virtue. The folly of the sage is the result of conscious self-cultivation. It is higher than knowledge." Nietzsche once said something similar. There is no need to be perpetually sharp. Sometimes being dull is a virtue, especially in social interactions. Even if you see through the motives behind someone's behavior or thoughts, you need to feign dullness. This is the secret of social intercourse. Laozi said, "The highest good is like water. It benefits all things without contention." The so-called wu wei, non-action, means not acting recklessly, not being deliberate, not forcing, being free of stagnation, and being without greed. Only in this way can one do nothing, yet nothing is left undone. It does not mean doing nothing at all. The highest good is like water. Water benefits the myriad things without contending. The highest goodness is like water, which nourishes all things without seeking anything in return, not contending for merit, fame, or profit, aligning with nature. The way of the sage must also be like water, acting without contending. That is, do not be overly concerned with the results and goals, but rather focus and concentrate on the process itself and the thing itself. During the Wei and Jin dynasties in China, Xuanshui, mysterious learning or Neo-Taoism, emerged, focusing on the study of Taoist thought. Its name was taken from Laozi's phrase, mystery upon mystery, the gateway to all wonders. The character Xuan, mysterious, profound, here implies far or distant. Zhuangzi is the study of the lofty and profound. The study is far from immediate reality. It is metaphysics. Taoism differs from the later Confucianism. Confucianism did not concern itself with metaphysical questions, such as investigating the fundamental nature of the world. Taoism, however, did study these essential questions. Laozi said, "The Tao that can be spoken of is not the eternal Tao. Holding that language cannot reflect the essence of the world. In fact, before the advent of humanity and language, the world and its essence already existed. The human language that emerged later is an abstraction and generalization of reality. It cannot accurately express the world, and this simplification may even distort the world's essence and truth. Therefore, Laozi also said, those who know do not speak, those who speak do not know. The even earlier I Ching, Book of Changes, states, writing does not exhaust words, and words do not exhaust meaning. However, because Zhuangzi overly rejected linguistic expression and debate, advocating instead for understanding smiles and taciturnity and the silent smile, it became impossible to articulate speculation clearly and accurately through logic. Consequently, the Qingtan, pure conversation of the Wei-Jin period became increasingly vague and abstruse in its later stages, making effective and sufficient exchange and dissemination of ideas difficult. Tip: for the essence of things that are difficult to describe through positive affirmative statements, negative descriptions can sometimes be used. That is, if you cannot directly state clearly what a thing is, then continuously state what it is not. This is similar to the Eightfold Negations of the Middle Way in Buddhism, which reveal the essence of the world that cannot be directly described with language. Neither birth nor extinction, neither permanence nor annihilation, neither identity nor difference, neither coming nor going. To give a concrete example, similar to a guess what it is game, you could describe an apple like this. It is not an animal, nor is it a vegetable. It is not as big as a basketball, nor as small as a ping-pong ball. It is not black, nor is it square. Western philosophy, with its method of logical analysis, excels at positive description, attempting to make distinctions, that is, continuously stating what an object is. Eastern philosophy, on the other hand, excels at negative description, that is, continuously stating what an object is not. According to Fang Yulan's view, a complete metaphysical philosophical system should begin with positive description and end with negative description. If it does not end with negative description, it cannot reach the final pinnacle of philosophy, but if it does not begin with positive description, it lacks the clear thinking necessary for philosophy. I am Wu Huaiyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University, and the founder of AI Philosophy. For more detailed information, please refer to the complete version of this book. In addition to this short video, you can also click on my avatar to view more long videos.